Attraction is not about what you say or how you look. Attraction is about psychological triggers that operate beneath conscious awareness. And women, whether they realize it or not, respond to specific patterns that have nothing to do with fairness, logic, or what they claim they want. Understanding these patterns does not make you manipulative. It makes you effective, because the alternative is remaining confused about why effort does not equal results. These are 8 dark psychology facts about how attraction actually works. Not how it should work, not how people wish it worked, how it works in reality, and reality does not care about your feelings about it. Fact 1. Attraction is created by uncertainty, not by constant availability. You text her immediately every time she texts you. You are always free when she wants to meet. You respond to every story she posts. You think this shows interest. It shows desperation. And desperation kills attraction faster than almost anything else. Women are psychologically wired to value what is scarce. This is not conscious cruelty. This is evolutionary psychology. Resources that are abundant get taken for granted. Resources that are scarce get competed for. Your attention is a resource. When it is always available, it becomes worthless. The man who responds in 3 minutes to a message that took her 3 hours to send has communicated something devastating. I was waiting for you. Nothing in my life is more important than your text. My time has no other demands. And that communication makes attraction impossible. Compare this to the man who takes longer than she does to respond, who sometimes does not respond at all, who is clearly busy with a full life that she is one part of, not the center of. This scarcity creates psychological tension. Why is he not responding? What is he doing? Does he care? And that tension is where attraction lives. Uncertainty drives interest. When she knows exactly how you feel, exactly that you are always available, exactly that she has you, the chase ends. And when the chase ends, attraction dies. This is not about playing games. This is about having a life full enough that you are genuinely not always available. Fact 2. Emotional reactions give her control over you. She says something provocative. Maybe she mentions another guy showed interest. Maybe she tests you with a critical comment. Your immediate reaction, jealousy, defensiveness, explanation, hands her power. Women test men constantly, not maliciously, instinctively. The test is, can I move him emotionally? Can I make him react? Can I control his state? If the answer is yes, attraction decreases because the subconscious calculates, if I can control him this easily, how strong can he actually be? The man who gets jealous when she mentions other guys has revealed that his emotional state depends on her. The man who gets defensive when she criticizes him has revealed that her opinion determines his self-worth. And these revelations make him less attractive because they expose emotional dependence. Contrast this with the man who hears that another guy is interested and says, okay, without emotion, or hears criticism and simply considers it without reacting. This emotional stability communicates, external events do not control my internal state. I am the authority on my own value, and that stability is magnetic. This is not about suppressing feelings. This is about not letting feelings control your responses. Feel jealousy if it comes, but do not act from it. Process it internally. Respond strategically, because emotional reactions are intelligence she uses to map your vulnerabilities. Fact 3. She values what she had to work for more than what was given freely. You compliment her immediately. You validate her constantly. You make your interest completely clear from the start. And in doing so, you remove all challenge. She did nothing to earn your attention. It was given freely. And what comes freely has no value. This is psychological economics. Investment creates attachment. When someone invests time, effort, or emotional energy into something, their attachment to that thing increases. Not because the thing is objectively valuable, because the investment itself creates perceived value. When you make her work for your approval, your attention, your time, she invests, and that investment makes you valuable to her. When you give everything up front, no investment happens. No investment means no attachment. No attachment means no attraction. The man who is impressed by her immediately makes her feel good briefly, but he does not make her attracted, because she did nothing to earn being impressive to him. The man who seems unimpressed, who requires her to be more interesting, more engaging, more worthful to capture his attention, this man creates a challenge, and challenge creates investment. Investment creates value. This does not mean being rude. This means having standards, actual standards that she can perceive. When your approval is not automatic, earning it becomes meaningful, and meaningful achievements create attraction. Fact 4. Neediness is detected unconsciously and rejected automatically. You need her to respond to feel okay. You need the relationship to work to feel complete. You need validation from her to feel valuable. And none of this is spoken aloud, but all of it is communicated through micro-behaviors she picks up on without conscious thought. Neediness shows up in response time, in tone, in how much you explain yourself, in how you fill every silence, in how you seek reassurance, in how you avoid disagreement. All of these behaviors broadcast the same message. I need this from you because I am incomplete without it. And incompleteness repels. Because on a deep psychological level, women are attracted to men who are already whole, already complete, already content. Men who engage with them from a place of abundance, not scarcity. Men who would be fine without them. This is counterintuitive, because it seems like showing how much you care should create attraction. But care and need are different. Care says, I enjoy you. Need says, I require you. Care is a gift. Need is a burden, and burdens get avoided. The man who becomes more invested than she is will lose her. The investment imbalance creates pressure. She feels responsible for his emotional state. She feels guilty when she does not reciprocate at his level, and guilt creates resentment, not attraction. Match her investment level. If she invests at 30%, you invest at 30%. If she increases to 50, you increase to 50, but never exceed her level. Because exceeding creates need, and need kills attraction. Fact 5. Indifference is more attractive than pursuit. You pursue her actively. You initiate conversations. You suggest plans. You show clear interest, and she becomes less interested. Because pursuit communicates that you value her more than she values you, and that valuation imbalance destroys attraction. Women want to feel that they are with someone who is a prize, someone others want, someone who could have options but is choosing them. Pursuit undermines this feeling because it suggests you do not have options, that you are choosing her because she is available, not because she earned being chosen. Indifference flips this dynamic. When you are not pursuing, when you are not chasing, when your interest is mild at best, she begins to question. Why is he not more interested? What do I need to do differently? Am I not attractive enough? And those questions drive pursuit from her side. This is not about pretending not to care. This is about genuinely not needing any specific outcome, being open to connection but not dependent on it, enjoying her company when it happens but being completely fine when it does not. This emotional independence is what indifference actually means. And emotional independence is attractive because it signals abundance. The man who needs her attention is scarce in options. The man who is indifferent to whether he gets her attention is abundant in options. And abundance is magnetic. Fact 6. Mystery creates more attraction than transparency. You tell her everything about yourself, your past, your goals, your feelings, your daily routine. You think this builds connection. It builds familiarity, and familiarity without challenge leads to boredom. Attraction requires tension. Tension requires unanswered questions. When everything about you is known, there is nothing left to discover. No curiosity remains. No mystery exists. And without mystery, you become predictable. Predictable is comfortable. Comfortable is not attractive. The man who reveals information slowly creates ongoing curiosity. She knows some things, but not everything. She sees some depth, but not the full picture. This incompleteness drives her to want to know more, to ask more questions, to invest more time trying to understand you. This is not about lying or hiding red flags. This is about not flattening yourself into an easily understood package. Answer questions, but not exhaustively. Share stories, but leave some details vague. Be genuine, but not completely transparent. Transparency removes all intrigue, and intrigue is the fuel of attraction. People are drawn to what they cannot fully grasp. The moment you are fully grasped, fully understood, fully mapped, the psychological pull weakens. Maintain layers. Maintain depth that is revealed gradually. Maintain aspects of yourself that remain private. This creates ongoing discovery rather than complete exposure. Fact 7. Displaying higher value attracts. Displaying lower value repels. You constantly seek her approval. You laugh at everything she says. You agree with all her opinions. You position yourself as lucky to be with her. And in doing so, you communicate that she is higher value than you, and higher value. People are not attracted to lower value people. Value in attraction is relative. It is about perception of status, options, social proof, confidence, and self-sufficiency. When you display behaviors that suggest you see yourself as beneath her, she begins to see you that way too, not consciously, unconsciously. The man who needs her approval has lower value than her. The man who seeks her validation has lower value than her. The man who is always accommodating, never disagreeing, never challenging her perspective, has lower value than her. And attraction flows upward, not downward. Display higher value, not through arrogance, but through self-possession, through having your own opinions and stating them calmly, even when they differ from hers, through being selective about when you are available, through having interests and goals that matter to you independent of her, through not needing her approval to feel good about yourself. Women are attracted to men they perceive as slightly above them in value, not massively above. That creates intimidation, but slightly above. This perception drives them to pursue, to invest, to work, to maintain the connection. When you position yourself as equal or below, pursuit stops. When you position yourself as slightly above, pursuit begins. Fact 8. She is attracted to your future potential more than your current state. You are exactly who you are right now. Stable, unchanging, no growth trajectory, no ambition, no movement towards something greater. And while stability is comfortable, it is not attractive, because attraction includes an element of projection into the future. Women evaluate men partially on what they currently are and partially on what they could become. A man with ambition, with clear goals, with momentum toward growth, is attractive because the projection is, if I attach to him now, I grow with him as he becomes more. This is why a man with a clear vision and active pursuit of that vision is attractive, even if he has not achieved it yet. The trajectory matters. The direction matters. The evidence of growth mindset matters, because these signal that future value will increase. Compare this to a man who is content with exactly where he is. No plans for development, no drive for improvement, no goals being pursued. Current state might be fine, but the projection is stagnant, and stagnation is unattractive because it suggests this is as good as it gets. Communicate future trajectory, not through bragging about what you will do, through actually doing it, through having projects, through developing skills, through pursuing goals that matter to you, through demonstrating that you are in motion towards something, not static in place. This is not about becoming rich or famous. This is about being a person who is clearly growing, who has a vision for their life, who is actively building toward something. That growth orientation is inherently attractive because it suggests partnership with you means growth for her too. So here is what you do with these 8 facts starting tomorrow. Create scarcity with your time and attention. Stop being always available. Build a life full enough that availability requires her to fit into your schedule, not you into hers. Control your emotional reactions. When she tests, when she provokes, when she mentions other guys, pause. Process internally. Respond strategically, or not at all. Do not give her the reaction she is testing for. Make her invest before you invest. Do not compliment freely. Do not validate constantly. Create a dynamic where your approval is earned through her bringing value, not given because she exists. Eliminate neediness from your behavior. Check yourself for signs you need her to feel complete. Build internal validation. Develop a life you love, independent of her presence. Stop pursuing actively. Pull back. Let her wonder. Let her feel the absence of your attention. Create space for her to pursue you. Maintain mystery. Do not explain everything. Do not reveal everything. Keep layers that are discovered gradually, not exposed immediately. Display higher value through self-possession. Have opinions. Set boundaries. Pursue your goals. Be selective. Operate as someone who is choosing, not someone grateful to be chosen. Demonstrate growth trajectory. Have goals. Pursue them visibly. Develop yourself continuously. Show that you are in motion towards something greater. These 8 facts are not comfortable. Accepting them requires abandoning the belief that attraction should be fair, logical, or based on how nice you are. But attraction is none of those things. Attraction is psychological, driven by evolutionary patterns, responsive to specific triggers. You can resent this reality, or you can use it. Resentment keeps you confused and unsuccessful. Understanding allows you to be effective. And effectiveness in attraction means applying these facts, even when they feel counterintuitive. This is dark psychology because it reveals truths people prefer to deny. That scarcity creates value, that emotional control creates power, that investment creates attachment, that neediness repels, that indifference attracts, that mystery intrigues, that perceived status matters, that growth trajectory matters. These facts do not make women shallow or manipulative. These facts make women human, responding to psychological patterns that exist beneath conscious awareness. Patterns shaped by evolution. Patterns that prioritize certain traits because those traits indicated survival and genetic advantage historically. Understanding these patterns does not mean exploiting them cruelly. It means aligning with reality, operating with knowledge instead of hope, making decisions based on what works instead of what you wish would work. Master these 8 facts, not to manipulate, to succeed where you have been failing. to create attraction where there was none, to maintain attraction where it was fading, to position yourself as someone women pursue, rather than someone who chases without results. These are the dark psychology facts about attraction, and they are yours now.